Hello and welcome to M's Thoughts.
Hello.
Today we have Junior Alex Cooper at Syracuse University. She is an earth science major and also a D1 cross country and track runner. I'm here to talk about Alex's art because she makes her own do-it-yourself art projects, and she is able to find a purpose about them and make them much more useful and in a way to benefit her lifestyle. She uses it to cope with stress. She uses it to express her style. She uses it just to overall live just a happier life. And I'm very inspired by her way she approaches art and do-it-yourself. So I'm here today to learn all about her art. So let's get started. What type of do-it-yourself projects do you do, Alex?
I do a lot of things. I make jewelry, I make a little bit of clothing, I turn old vintage cameras into lights, and the biggest thing that I do is making candles.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so I wanted to ask you what your favorite one is.
Definitely the candles.
And why is that?
They're pretty cheap and easy to make, and it's really fun, and it's a good stress reliever, and it's rewarding because candles are cute and fun.
Yeah. How does it make you feel when you make your own projects in art?
It makes me feel good. I feel proud of the things that I make, and I love showing people, and I love making things to give to people too. I feel like it means a little bit more, especially when it's something that you made and it actually looks good, you know, as opposed to like, oh, I made this and it looks really bad, and you're like, ta-da, you know.
I feel like it's a great way to express your style as well. So
yeah.
I wanted to ask also, do you use it to cope with anything? Like, is it a stress reliever?
Definitely. If I'm really stressed, or even if I've had like a stressful day but it's over with and I got everything I needed to done, then I like to reward myself by getting to make something. And it's usually candles because they're, easy, and, you get to add like the oil and melt down the wax, and it's fun. You feel like you're cooking something.
It smells good.
Yeah, it smells nice.
Candles, it's just so relaxing, and it's great for your busy schedule, being a college student and everything, just to relax like that. I wanted to go more into your background, kind of to hear your story. What inspired you to homemaking art?
My parents were a big part of it. My mom taught me how to sew when I was really young because I wanted to make like clothing for my stuffed animals. So I've known how to sew for forever and use a sewing machine. And my mom taught me how to make jewelry. And she tried to teach me how to paint. That didn't go so well. I can't paint to save my life. My dad taught me how to use power tools and woodwork when I was little and make stuff in that kind of way. So I feel like just growing up, my parents were both pretty creative and taught me how to be creative as well.
Would you say that you were always crafty?
Just
always had that crafty personality growing up?
Yeah. I feel like it's always been there.
Yeah. What got you into candles specifically?
I think it was like a Pinterest thing that I saw. It was just like something, and it was like making like mason jar candles or something like that. And I saw another thing too where they were like taking bark and wrapping it around candles, and it looked really cute. And so then I got my own idea of taking tree stumps and basically cutting them and making them into like little cups that I would pour the wax into, because I couldn't figure out how to do freestanding ones. I made way too many messes trying to do that. So I needed something to put them in, and then it just kind of grew from there, and now the wooden candles are my bestseller.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to, it relates to how you're talking about Pinterest, but I wanted to see like if you took any classes or or any bloggers, YouTubers, like, or did you kind of teach yourself, or was it a mix?
It was a little bit of a mix. I get a lot of inspiration from Pinterest, and I get a lot of inspiration from this one design company called The Jungalow.
Okay.
It's like a bohemian design company, and I just really enjoy their products and their designs, and just the general feeling you get from the things that they make. And
so you did take a few classes though.
I took some classes in high school and some in like elementary school and whatever, just growing up. They taught me like different basics and foundations that I've used, but mostly I've taught myself how
Yeah.
to do things, like with the candles. I totally taught myself how to do it and figured it out.
And this is what I was definitely interested in, is the fact that I feel like you learn most from trial and error and
Yeah.
like learning from your mistakes. Like, what do you feel like doing your own art has taught you about making mistakes and perseverance and like not giving up? Like,
I think it's taught me a lot of rolling with the punches, and
Mhm.
when I'm making things, sometimes, most of the time, things go wrong, and they don't go how I expected it to, but it's cool because it teaches me how to solve problems creatively
Yeah.
and to just keep pushing on even though it didn't go the way I planned, and a lot of times it'll turn out better than I had pictured originally too.
Yeah.
So I think it's just taught me a lot about not giving up and
So-
being creative and easygoing with things.
yeah. So as a college student, do you feel like it's taught you overall like life lessons of just how to live pretty much a better life? You
Yeah,
know?
definitely.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
just to be a better approach about things that don't go your way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because that's really, I feel like, great for students, would be like my main reason of getting into art, because
Mhm.
I think it just teaches you overall great life lessons, and it's a great way to create your own things that you're proud of, you know, instead of more into more about your art. This is a pretty general question, but what do you love most about homemaking art?
I really love the kind of well, first of all, the stress relief. Like it's really relaxing to make things.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can be frustrating if you're putting a lot of pressure on whatever you're trying to make, and
Mm-hmm.
you've got a very set idea of what it's going to become. But
Mm-hmm.
if you just like are easygoing with it and you're patient and you really just have fun with it, it's really relaxing and
Aw.
helps to just give you a little bit of an escape from
Mhm.
reality. And
Yeah.
also you come out with some kind of
Mhm.
product that you've finished and you're proud of and that you get to use, hopefully.
Do you use it for environmental purposes? Because I know the movement kind of is also, it's kind of the whole recycling things
Mhm.
is definitely like a very big trend right now. So I just wanted to
Yeah.
ask you about that.
Definitely. A lot of the stuff that I make, I try to use recycled materials. With like this table, for example, I made this table and I just took an old log that was on the side of the road from a tree that someone had cut down or whatever, and they were just going to throw it out, and I like cut it with a chainsaw and then mounted it on the top of this like iron thing for a table.
Yeah.
And I think it used to be something that would hold a candle.
Wow.
Like, and then I was like, that'd be better as a table. So then.
And it's also great to
turn
look
that
at
into
it
that.
and be proud of it that you made it from scratch, but also be proud that you're helping the environment. So
Yeah.
that's also great to feel like. And I want to also ask you, like, how do you feel like it affects your college student being a runner and a student? Like, do you think it makes it harder or easier?
I don't think it really makes it harder or easier. It's just kind of what I've chosen to do with
your
with my
time.
free time. Because some people, like they like online shopping or video games or whatever. Like
Watching
or
movies,
yeah,
which
or
is
watching
what I
Netflix.
usually tend to do with my free time. But
Yeah, exactly. Like everyone just has their thing that they like to do to unwind, and for me, it's making things. And
you find so much purpose and like value out of it, which is why I'm very inspired by you. And I, instead of watching all my Netflix series, I want to get into making my own art because it really is a way to express your style.
Mhm.
And it just really, I think it just has so much benefit in your overall with life lessons and just your overall environment that you surround yourself with when you use your project. So, I want to now kind of go more towards the conclusion, but like for college students in general, do you think it's a good idea for college students to make art? Do you think it's hard, like if you have to have a special talent, or do you believe that if you can do it, if you put your mind to it, you can do it? What do you?
I think anyone can make art. I feel
Okay.
like any college student would benefit from trying to make art,
Yeah.
even if what they're producing isn't the most beautiful thing. It's just so fun to do, and it makes people proud of themselves. And sometimes I think people lack confidence, and making something that they're proud of gives them a new kind of confidence that
Absolutely.
they haven't experienced,
Mhm.
So I think that's really good. And also when you make your own art, and you like it, you can put it in the environment that you're in all the
Mhm.
time, and then you've created a more unique space that represents you and makes you feel a certain way, which I think is really important.
And this is very important because all college students are on a budget, but do you believe it saves you money?
Yeah. Definitely, actually, because decorating, like, the space that I'm in, I used either all stuff that I've made or stuff that I found at thrift stores and, like, refinished. You know, it's fun because the whole thing is a journey, you know, like, between finding the materials and, you know, the objects and then being like, okay, well, you know, I kind of like it, but I want to change it, and then it becomes yours. And then
and who cares if it's ugly? If you like it, then you like
exactly.
it.
Exactly. It's you, so I think it's really cool.
I wanted to think of, or ask you, how do you think that doing yourself art projects affect what you think of art as a whole? Like, how has it changed your whole art approach, basically?
I think it's helped. It's helped me to grow as an artist by doing all of my own projects and working on them all the time.
And I feel like you appreciate the value more. And art's not just something to look at. It's to end this interview with asking your aspirations for the future. With your do-it-yourself projects,
I think in the future I'd like to expand my business that I've started. I'm working on getting an Etsy page up and running. There's just a lot of details. It takes a lot of time, so I haven't really had the time for that with school and running and stuff. But once summertime comes, I'll be able to put a lot more time into it and hopefully expand my business a little bit more.
Just to clarify, Alex is so good at art that she is able to sell her art, and she has an Instagram page called Arbor by Alex, and she makes jewelry, clothes, candles, so check it out if you have any time. But the purpose of this interview wasn't to focus on Alex's business, it was to focus on her art approach as a whole, and the fact that she's able to make her own art, but find a purpose of it, deepen her understanding of art, and find a passion for it, and, like, able to inspire other people to see that making your own art can be beneficial to your life and teach you life lessons and just make you a happier overall human being, because obviously these beautiful plants are all constructed by Alex, and just seeing these plants and just being in this beautiful attic, which I wish I could give you guys a tour, just makes me happy and gives me a relaxing vibe. So art can definitely have an emotional effect and can make you happier. So thank you, Alex, for inspiring me and hopefully other people. And I'll see you guys later on M's Thoughts. Have a good day. Bye.